Well, ladies and gentlemen, now is a big moment we've been waiting for, really. And this is a culmination of months, perhaps even years, sleepless nights, essentially. So it is my pleasure to welcome for the launch, that's what it is called, the head of innovation at CJID, Mansour Hussain. You guys get ready to be wowed by this. This is a big launch. This is definitely going to be worth the wait. CJID's head of innovation, Mansour Hussain. Over to you now.
Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Mansour Hussain, head of innovation at the Center for Journalism Innovation and Development. I like to think of our work as very integral to what the CJID does, because basically my team's name is on the name of the organization. So today I want to show you some efforts as regards fighting disinformation by the center. And this has gone on for, I think, about a year, more than a year now, and we've been looking at it. How do we fight misinformation, and what are the consequences? How do we mitigate them? So I'm going to start with the DUBAWA chatbot. So I have the DUBAWA chatbot and the DUBAWA audio platform. But I'm going to start with this one because it's a very interesting one, and I have a personal interest in it. So let me start with walking you through a story with my mom. So my mom is a big amplifier of misinformation, unknowingly, of course. Every information she sees seems like very important information that everybody needs to hear about. And she hardly verifies something before going ahead to spread it. So she and I, we've had our back and forth, and now she's turned me into a personal fact checker. She sends it to me first and be like, check it too, before she sends it out. So now this brought about a thinking on how we can resolve this. And one thing with a lot of people in Nigeria is the misinformation they're spreading comes on WhatsApp. So a lot of them come on Twitter, Facebook, but sometimes they don't even get there. They come from WhatsApp. Is there no equipment for me to change the slides, or do I need to tell you next? Okay. So what are the effects of this misinformation? So whether you're spreading it unintentionally or intentionally, the effects they're profound. Thank you. And according to the Nigerian Fact Checkers Coalition, okay. So according to the Nigerian Fact Checkers Coalition, a total of 127 claims were fact-checked during the 2023 general elections. Now, according to a survey by Health Security in 2021, to examine the factors associated with misinformation about COVID-19 in sub-Saharan Africa, 19.3% believe that COVID-19 was designed to reduce world population. I heard this a lot. 22.2% thought the ability to hold your breath for 10 seconds meant that you don't have COVID-19. Some people believe that drinking hot water flushes down the virus. And 13.9% thought that COVID-19 had very little effect on black people as compared to whites. So now, all of these, me personally, I know my mom forwarded some of this information to me. Basically, drink hot water with something and something, and it goes on a lot. These are false, by the way. All of these statements are false. So now, in a research study by CJID's DIDAC, examining 45 checks to analyze disinformation themes surrounding the Lake Chad region conflict and its public impact, we found that 40% of the disinformation affects the public by instilling fear and fostering distrust. Basically, that would increase tension in the end. And there's tension on both sides already. It just needs a little bit of trigger, and it turns into conflict. So now I'd like to appreciate our fact checkers. They're lifesavers. In the fight against misinformation, they are at the forefront, and they're verifying claims, debunking false narratives, protecting public trust, and our democracy as a whole. So we want to support the work of our fact checkers, because the work they do is very important in protecting our democracy, protecting our societies, and all of that. And this is why we've made all of these efforts. So, for this, we thought about misinformation on specific channels, and WhatsApp is widely used. So now there's a concerning trend in the increased use of social messaging apps like WhatsApp to spread misinformation, hate speech, and narratives to fuel tension. So because of the end-to-end encryption of these social messaging apps, so what you're sending between people is not out there in public. So it is very challenging to take any action against this. And the interesting thing is, misinformation is not always national. It's not always about the president. It could be something happening in Kebbi State. It could be in Plateau. And because these people know each other, so definitely if you send me something, because I know you, I trust you more than what I've seen on Twitter. Because I know you to be a sensible person and something like that. So misinformation on WhatsApp is a big trend, and it needs to be addressed. And that is what we are doing. So what are the features of the DUBAWA WhatsApp chatbot? Number one is claim verification. You open your eyes, close your eyes, and it gives you a response based on a claim that you've asked. So basically, you can see from my screen here, the first option is to verify a claim. If I click on 1, and then it tells you, I'm here to assist you in verifying any claim you may have. And is it true that eating plantain causes erectile dysfunction? And it provides an answer. There is no evidence of such. And it provides a relevant source, which is DUBAWA, as they've done a fact check on it. So now this is a question very important to me. I'm a man, and I love plantain. So next, so you get this claim verification in seconds, 1, 2, 3 seconds. You've gotten the verification for it. So next is number 2 is to get the latest fact checks. So you just input the number 2, and it gives you the latest fact checks from dubawa.org. And you can also go further to get the latest fact checks based on the different categories, maybe economy, elections, and all of that. The next is to report a claim. Now, this is very important because for the claim verification, a lot of people are going to be asking questions. Questions are not claims. But when you're reporting a claim, we need to ensure that they are claims. Now, a lot of people don't know what a claim is. So if you're saying a claim is a factual assertion made in non-fiction text. So it could be a public figure, a politician, a business, a health association. Maybe they've said something that you suspect is untrue and needs to be challenged. So what do? You basically report that claim. You could verify the claim first. If there's been no fact check around it, then you report the claim. And the DUBAWA team will take a look at it. If it is fact check worthy, that is, it could lead to certain impact, then they will make a fact check on it, and then they'll put the information out there. So that is the third feature on the chatbot. So now you might be thinking, why should I use the DUBAWA chatbot and not Meta AI or ChatGPT, which I'm already familiar with? And I have 3 answers for you. So one of them is access to real-time internet data. Your ChatGPT and your Meta AI do not have access to real-time internet data. So also we are providing you with more reliable sources, and you'll also be supporting our fact checkers. But then this is an example of something that we checked out on Thursday when Emir Sanusi Lamido was announced as the new Emir of Kano. So we asked Abibot, you can see that this was around 8:27. Is Sanusi Lamido the new Emir of Kano? He said yes. Sanusi Lamido has been reinstated as the Emir of Kano following abolition of the 4 new emirates in Kano on May 23rd, 2024. That was the day. Then I asked Meta AI the same thing 3 minutes later, and it said, Lamido Sanusi is the former Emir of Kano, not the current one. Then I asked again, because this is about prompts. So I asked, is Lamido Sanusi the new Emir of Kano? He still said no. Lamido Sanusi is not the current Emir of Kano. This is because he does not have access to real-time data, so it's not updated enough to know that an announcement has been made about this. As well, we're providing you with more reliable sources. So we are not just pulling data from the open web. We are looking at certain platforms that we've identified and we've ranked as having, a higher reliability score. And that is what we are using to provide information to the audience. So it is not just, you'll not find Bella Ninja or Instablog here. You're not getting those kind of sources. Now, next is supporting fact checkers, and this is, a very interesting one for me. So how do you support our fact checkers? By using the DUBAWA chatbot. So now, as I said earlier, some certain misinformation, they just go around in small geographical locations, in communities, and, it's just people sending WhatsApp messages to each other on group chats and all of that. It doesn't really get to Twitter or Instagram or Facebook. So now we've created a trend monitoring system where claims that are verified and reported are being classified together, and they are ranked according to the fact-check worthiness. So here you take a look at an example of what the trend monitoring system is like. So it's ranking them, and the first one is claims related to public figures prostrating to each other. So now it tells you the reason why it feels like this is the most fact-check worthy information here. And it says these claims involve public figures and actions that are significant enough to influence public opinions. Now it gives you a list of all of those claims. So these claims were by different people, and they have just been classified together because the AI is intelligent enough to know that they are talking about similar things. So now it's about Ododo prostrating to Yaya Bello, Peter Obi prostrating to Yaya Bello. So basically, political figures prostrating, that's very key information because it's a sign of allegiance or something. So next, the second claim is claim about the legality of surrogacy in Nigeria. It shows you the claim as well. Claims regarding Nigeria's support for Iran and Palestine. So this is obviously an international issue, and it shows you that as well. So now looking ahead, we are looking to integrate media and information literacy games that educate users about misinformation. And we also want to expand the trend monitoring system to collect data from other social media platforms and find patterns of misinformation. So it's going to combine this social media data with our data on the chatbot. So that is all about the DUBAWA chatbot. Thank you very much. And now I'm just going to move to the second part, which is, thank you. So now I'm moving on to the DUBAWA audio platform. I'm still using that slide. So basically, the DUBAWA audio platform is one of our AI-driven solutions, and we aim to combat misinformation being spread via audio. So now, I think a lot of people would agree with me that the radio is the mass source of information in Africa. A lot of people listen to the radio daily. But then, due to the transient nature of the radio, there's really no way to keep track of everything that is going on the radio, because there are so many shows going on at the same time. So how do you keep track of it? And there's no proper documentation of it as well. So this is a task better suited to machines and not humans. So when we're talking about AI taking your job, that's the kind of job it should be taking, like the task, not your job. So our objective was to build a tool that simplifies the tracking and fact-checking of misinformation and disinformation on the radio as well as other audio sources. So currently, the DUBAWA audio platform supports 3 languages: Nigerian English, Ghanaian English, and Nigerian Pidgin. Very interesting. And the key features on the platform include scheduling of radio show recordings. Basically, a show happens at 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. every weekday. You can schedule this, and it will automatically record, transcribe, and extract relevant claims for you. Automate YouTube downloads as well. So even though YouTube is video, it can convert to audio, upload it, transcribe, and extract claims from it. Now, you could also upload audio files by yourself in MP3 and WAV formats, and then it does the transcription and the claim extraction. So this is just an interface that shows the radio show scheduling, and this feature is only available for users with admin accounts. And our admin accounts are, they're on a request basis. So you need to reach out to the DUBAWA team to be able to schedule radio shows. So this is just a sample of claims extracted on state affairs via our radio automation. So here it said all the service chiefs present agreed that your state is the most peaceful state in Nigeria. An explosion rocked the city and shook its foundations. I'm guessing this was regards the bomb blast that happened in Ibadan earlier. So here is the YouTube automation via Brekete, and this is via their YouTube channel. So you can see the claim here highlighted, and it's in Pidgin. So this is just an interface to show you, how it works. You basically upload, and that's just it. So here is the dashboard where your uploads are displayed for you. And this is a sample of a transcription again. Now this is claim verification. So here it was saying, this is still state affairs. So we have information regarding the company that was using the residence to store explosives and all of that. So they were saying there was no fire anywhere, absolutely no fire. It was just a blast and dust everywhere. So these are claims that are relevant. So now I did an interesting thing earlier. So the first panel session here today, I recorded it with my phone, and then I uploaded it on the platform to transcribe and extract claims. And it's just as simple as that. And the claims that were made there, I didn't record the entire conversation. So the claims that were made there, first one, this is a big country. And then if we all came together and pooled resources, we could develop a repository of historical newspapers that would hold significant value. Then someone said 90% of the government data contains errors. That's a significant claim. The industry could easily be $1 trillion industry if collaboration and decision-making improve, and so on and so on. So basically, what we are trying to do is to hold people accountable to what they're saying. A lot of people say things, especially on the radio, and like millions of people have heard it. Months later, they don't even know where they heard it from. So what we are doing is providing accountability. We know what you said. We are watching what you're saying. We are documenting it. And then this documentation as well, it provides an archival feature that enhances transparency, and it facilitates identification of misinformation sources, contributing to a more trustworthy media landscape. So our key numbers so far, we're supporting 3 languages, over 350 plus audio files processed, and more than 2,000 claims extracted. So is the DUBAWA audio platform free to use? So the availability varies. So we have the general user account, which is free, but then you have to upload your audio files by yourself. For the admin account, that's where you can schedule YouTube automation, you can schedule radio show automation as well. But that you need to reach out to the DUBAWA team to set that up for you. So looking ahead, what are we trying to do? We want to create a comprehensive and robust fact-checking ecosystem. We want to address transcription challenges in the context of African languages and accents to improve accuracy further. So a lot of times there are issues with transcription. It does not get exactly what you're saying. Perhaps if you're saying some very local names as well, it transcribes it not in the right way. So next, advancing the product to become a comprehensive media monitoring tool as well. So in summary, what we want to do is we want to change the way fact-checking is done. We want to make it simpler. We want to get our fact-checkers to the right information in less amount of time, so as to enable them focus on the most important part of their work, which is making the stories and making an impact. Thank you very much for this.